Hello everyone, and welcome to my February plan with me. Can't believe it's already the second month of the year. Oh my goodness, I need to get stuff done. So, starting off with my cover page, I am going in with a quote. This is from Jane the Virgin. If anybody's seen that show, it's one of my favorites of all time. And it's, "Life is full of tough moments. You have to fight for what you want." And originally, I was gonna go all out with the Jane the Virgin theme like I did last month with Friends, but then I decided to make it a bit more subtle so you wouldn't really know it's a Jane the Virgin theme unless you know. So I'm doing a bunch of florals and leaves and then a typewriter font and a monoline cursive font, so keeping it pretty simple. And then I'm using pinks and peaches and oranges for the colors, and that's pretty much it. So very simple, very February in my mind. And for the cover page, I experimented with colors, which I should have done not on my cover page, on like a tester page, but I didn't. So a lot of these colors I don't end up using throughout the rest of the spreads because I didn't like the way they turned out. But all of the colors that I use will be listed in the description below, as well as the other pens and stuff like that. I also do a lot of shading on this cover page, which I decide not to do throughout the rest of the spreads, just because I thought it was a little too much. It wasn't as simple as I wanted it to be. Now moving on to my monthly. Again, I kept this super simple. I just did boxes, and I'm pretty sure they were 6x6 dot grid spaces. And then I have a little sidebar for monthly tasks. And I used, again, the cursive font for the header and then the typewriter font for each day of the week. And then throughout my setup, there were a few times where my camera just stopped working, so I had to use my iPhone, and that's why there's kind of like a weird angle going on here. So sorry about that. So to draw the flowers, I just sketched in some circles of roughly where I wanted the flowers to go, and then didn't really do any details until I was using my fine liner. But if you're new to drawing flowers or you don't think you're super confident with it yet, you can definitely draw everything out in pencil first. I just have drawn these like a million times, so I just needed a rough sketch of where I wanted things to go. And then for the leaves, I decided to just use the brown color and not that light yellow one that I used on my cover page, and I ended up covering that up because I just didn't like how it looked. So yeah, and then I'm using the light pink and the brown for the date covers, I guess, where I put the numbers of each day, and I messed up and had to cover that up again. And then I also thought that the spread was a little bit bare, so I added leaves to the bottom and the top, and then I added these little pollen dots and clusters and stuff, which also kind of ties in with Jane the Virgin, because it kind of reminds me of the snow falling in all of the romantic scenes, but in yellow. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So I put these pollen dots all over the top next to the February header, and then I also added those to my cover page as well because it still looked a little bare. But I didn't show that, but you'll see it at the end. Now moving on to my socials tracker. So this is the same setup as last month, but basically it's where I track when I'm posting on each platform. So I have Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, and then Etsy. And for Etsy, I don't track when I post a new listing, but when I get a sale. So I have those across the top, and then 1 through 28 listed vertically, and then I just put a dot on the corresponding day of when I posted on each platform or got a sale. And then on the lower half of the left page, I am tracking my growth for each platform throughout the month. So Pinterest, Instagram, and TikTok, how many followers I had at the beginning of the month, and then how many followers I have at the end of the month. And the top half of the page, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with it yet, so I left it blank. And then, of course, going back in and drawing some leaves and some flowers up near the socials header. And I'm pretty sure I cut off some of that drawing, so you'll see me color it in at the end, but camera work, not quite my forte. And then I decided to highlight every other day because I thought it looked nice and it's a lot more easy to use, in my opinion, when you have kind of a separation. Now moving on to my habit trackers. Last month I kind of wished I had more of them. I only included 4, so this time I made 6. But basically I'm just making little monthly calendars and then drawing a ton of flowers and leaves all around them. And I didn't end up including what I was tracking in this spread, but I am tracking my exercise, stretching. I'm trying to learn sign language, so I track when I practice, and then reading. Those are the ones that I did last month that I want to continue with. And then I know I wanted to track something else, but I can't remember what that is right now. And then I just created headers for each of the calendars, and that's where I'm going to write what I'm tracking. So reading, exercise, etc. Now moving on to the next page, which is my brain dump spread. I didn't have one last month and I really wish I had, so I'm making one for this month, and it's just going to be really simple. I'm just writing brain dump and then drawing a few flowers and leaves. Pretty simple, leaving a lot of open space because my notes app got pretty cluttered this month. Now moving on to the last spread of the setup, which is my first weekly spread. And this format of setup is something that I've never done before, but I saw it on, I believe it was Shada Campbell's video. And basically it's the bottom half of the left page is like weekly boxes, and then the top half of the right page is the weekly boxes. And then I'm pretty sure she had a notes section, but I decided to do something different, which I'll show you in a minute, you'll see. But basically I'm filling open spaces with flowers, of course, and leaves. And then I also included a little mini calendar, which I've never done, but I figured it would help me stay on track throughout the month, like knowing, okay, I have this many weeks left of this month, that's how much time I have left to get whatever it is, X, Y, and Z done. And then I wrote the days of the week and the numbers at the top of each box, and like my monthly spread, kept it super simple, just thin lines, creating a box for each day of the week. And for the section on the bottom half of the right page, I made a little productivity graph. So it has on the vertical axis 1 through 10 dots, and then on the horizontal axis Monday through Sunday, and each day I'm just going to rate my productivity 1 through 10, how well I think I did, so then I can kind of see throughout the week how I'm doing, which is, I think, going to be kind of hard for me just because rating my own productivity, I feel like I'll either really shortchange myself or, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then I'm highlighting every other line for like the first 5 lines of the weekly spreads, and I don't know why they're so uneven, but you live and you learn. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this setup, and let me know what other kind of videos you want to see, because I have my monthly setups, but I'm not really sure what to do for the rest of the month, because I don't want to just post one video every month. But besides these spreads that I make in my monthly setups, I just have my weeklies, which I don't know, seems kind of boring to just post my weeklies every week. But so let me know if there's anything else you guys want to see, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one. Yeah, thanks for watching.